We've had a look at an example, but let's dive a bit more into prototypes and what they actually are, so it becomes very intuitive for you. Prototype is just a reference to another object. That's all it is. And remember, JavaScript is a prototype-based language. So this means that all JavaScript objects inherit properties and methods from a prototype. What do I mean? Well, take date, take array. What about even a custom object that we create, user? Well, they all inherit from the associated prototypes, if they have one. And all those prototypes, in turn, all inherit from the overall arching JavaScript object prototype. Remember, we've even used that object, that inbuilt JavaScript object, many times in our examples. Is this still a bit fuzzy? Well, let me quickly shoot over to the console and I'll show you what this prototype looks like. Okay, so remember we said the array inherits from the array prototype, and that in turn inherits from the overarching object prototype. Let's have a look. So let's just create a numbers array, and it's log out numbers. We can see at the moment it's an empty array, but if we open this up and we dig deeper into its JavaScript construct, what do we see? Well, remember how the arrays have this built-in length property, so that's no surprise. But look, it's got this proto, underscore, underscore, proto, underscore, underscore, and it's inheriting from the array prototype. And if we open this up in turn, we get a whole lot of methods that we can access straight out of the box. And if we scroll to the bottom, we can see that this array prototype inherits from the object prototype, which is what that is. How cool is this? And this is why, say our numbers here, and say we just define it as 1 to 905. This is why we can access things like sort. Like we didn't have to type that, we can just do it right out of the box. And that's why, it's because we got access to these prototypes, these methods and properties on our array from somewhere else. It's cool, right? What about if we create an empty object? So let obj equal empty object. And if we console log out this object, yes, it's an empty object, but if we look at its JavaScript construct, we can see it's inheriting from the prototype object. I hope it's starting to make sense. Let's move on.